Do y'all remember when Chewbacca was insanely OP? I'm talking almost as OP as launch Anakin. Granted, Anakin did not launch at the same time as Chewbacca did, but the time that Chewbacca was this OP, the only characters that could possibly rival him was Palpatine, which at the time his lightning could go through the walls, and Vader, which his choke back then used to be a spam choke, so you would need to actually spam R2 and it would do more damage than it does right now. Do y'all remember how broken that Chewie was? If you ever got shocked, which back then they shock you, especially if you got all 3 of those cards, or just even one, his shock would almost shock you for 5 full seconds. Imagine if you count 1, 2, I'm not gonna count, I don't want to bore you, but 5 full seconds. And not only that, his bowcaster used to be so much better. Now I'm not saying that right now it's bad. It's great the way it is. It used to be way too good. Right now it's pretty balanced. But the way it was before, literally 3 shots with the shock and you're dead. It doesn't even have to be that accurate. If you got headshots, easy too. So imagine this. A shock that the radius is massive. It shocks you for 5 seconds. And the bowcaster does an insane amount of damage. Like, how was he even stoppable? Especially for the fact that his abilities aren't the slowest to regen. They're actually decently fast if you pair them up with, for example, a Finn. So Chewbacca was so insanely OP. And like I said, the only rivals for him back then was Vader. But the thing is, Vader couldn't even get near him. Even if you somehow missed the shock on Chewbacca, you would still be doing such an insane damage output from just your bowcaster, from dodging once, shooting once or twice, dodging again, shooting once or twice. They're basically done. Like, it took so much effort to kill Chewbacca. You didn't have to be good with him. You just needed a little bit of accuracy and a little bit of knowledge on how to time your shock and your dodges, and you were over. And if you remember this as a little extra, do you remember when Anakin came out, how everybody spammed Anakin? I don't care if you're on Galactic Assault, Supremacy, or H3V. Literally every single lobby you got in for the first week and a half, you could not pick Anakin. The first second, he would get picked. Now the same exact thing happened to Chewbacca, but it happened every single game for like almost a year. And I personally did not like that. I didn't pick Chewie because he was way too broken. I didn't want to play with a hero that was that broken. It just didn't make sense to me. It was pretty cheap. Same with Palpatine, but I always feel the same about Palpatine. But Chewbacca was so good. Now I can only imagine how Battlefront would be right now, today, if they never fixed this Chewbacca. They gave him in previous, which he would just be insanely hard to kill, plus he does a lot of damage. And imagine, just for fun, I like to bring this up, imagine if they brought back Launch Anakin and launch, you could say, essentially, Chewbacca. Launch Anakin and launch Chewbacca as a team, a duo. I'm not even kidding, that could probably rival 2v4s, like any day of the week. Like, easily, they could 2v4 any day of the week. It's not that hard. That's just insane. I would love to actually do that one day if there's a PC mod that allows us to make a private match in the first place and bring these two guys together from launch. That would be insane. But do y'all remember how broken this Chewie was? Let me know, because it was a nightmare.
I don't clear up rumors. Where's y'all sense of humor? I'm done making jokes because they got old like baby boomers. To my haters, to consumers, I make vets feel like they juniors. Say your time is coming soon, but just like Oklahoma, mine is coming sooner. I'm just a late bloomer. I didn't peek in